After the line, get the red vertical with the turn again. So turn left, get the red, and then the line again. Good job, Susan. You really ride well. Good for you. I don't think I'd want to ride this one. He's a lovely horse, but he's hard work, huh? It's a lot of work, but he's a nice horse for sure. My legs would be too short. I'd be out of gas by now. Good job. Okay, let's walk. And did you ever put him up in front of yourself and up into the bridle before you started to canter?
No.
If you don't start properly, you're certainly not going to get it once you get going. At least try to start right. Atta girl, now you can start. Don't cut corners. Yeah, good. Now be gentle and put your leg back on. Push him into your hand. If you're going to, that was like a love tap. If you're going to hit him, hit him. Yeah. Now gentle with the stopping. You just hit him and told him to go forward. So then you have to be careful you don't contradict your aids too much there. Fingers closed around the reins. Better. Not great, but better. To start. Shorten the reins. Fingers closed around the reins. Good. And continue. Hands down, gentle. Reins short, keep working them together. Good girl, smooth, hands down. Keep putting them together. Good girl. Good. Collect the canter, put him together. Yeah, good for you. Much better today, huh? Good, but you've got to just take your time to make sure and do all the steps. Don't just say, I can do this, so I just get going like that, huh? Okay, let's change this up a little bit. Let's get the yellow oxer left lead coming the other way. To the line, and the line this direction rides a little long and then a little tight to the blue, huh? So make sure, because you've got a shorter corner to come out of here. So you need to keep going a little out of the turn so that the first part doesn't end up so going, and then you've got to steady a bit for the blue. And then let's go past the red and do a roll back left to the red. And then come up the rail, get the skinny on a left to right, and then in front of me, yellow back to red in the 5. The add. The 4, sorry, yeah, 5, in the 4. Okay, let's walk a minute. So there we went with the Will Simpson turn again, which I didn't mind, but what I did mind was that in doing that turn, your horse was really not in front of your leg enough, and you really had to dig in to get it. So if you're going to do that, make sure your horse is in front of your leg before you get that close to the jump. Because had that been really 1.15 m and some width to it, you probably would have had it down. So give me the same turn again to it, but now when you start the canter, make sure you've got your horse in front of you. You didn't really have her in front of your leg there, huh? That's better. Eyes, yeah. Really good. So even if this were in a jump off with this last line, knowing it can be done in 3 and knowing it can be done in 4, with the angle that this puts you on, the 3 would be really difficult, huh? Would be a really, yeah, maybe the biggest mover in the class might get it done. And if you were to try to get it done, you would almost have to come out, come past center line a little bit more and form a bit of a left-right so that you were landing on center line to the red. But I think it would be quicker. It would be quicker to do the extra step and be able to keep this part of the turn tight. So I really like that. Good job. And a great ride out of the corner for the line. You know, you really just kept going there. That was really well done. Good girl. Make a circle. Now start to think forward out of the turn. Keep going. Look in, look in. Good, look right. Look where you want to go. Look where you want to go. Where's your jump? Look right. Look, turn.
Oh, sorry.
And stop. Start with the skinny again. Thank you. Huh? That's all right. You're okay. You look like me. I need GPS on my helmet now. Slowly, so you can make the turn. Eyes looking for the inside turn here. Good, this is nice. Good, looking, good job. Slow, slow. All right, good job. I would have turned to right. You've got to start to feel which lead you've landed on, and especially if it's the end of your course, turn the direction of the lead you've landed on and pull him back together, huh? But overall, I'd say that was really, really good. This is not such an easy course for a baby like that, huh? Good for you. Hey, Susie. Beautiful. Really well ridden. I think what I liked the very best was this line, because you could see him wanting to bulge and fall a little onto that left shoulder, and you were so good about just holding him straight all the way down the line. Really well ridden. Good job. Okay, and walk. How did you feel here at the skinny? I don't think it was so backed off. I think it was a lack of ride on your part. I think you landed and you just assumed you were going to get there. You were really dead and weak out of the turn. You ended up with a deep distance at the oxer. And then your horse was very generous to you there. It just was long, slow, and gappy, and it said, oh, I guess I better go from here. It was no, you got it done, but I wouldn't say it was an educated ride, huh? Start again. Lucky. We don't want to be lucky. We want to be skillful. That was luck. So you got to get going a little bit, huh? I know you're trying to keep him in a frame, so being in a frame and being backwards are two different things. And you're confusing it a little bit. And it's not all going to happen perfect today, so don't expect it to. It's already much better than yesterday. You got to get galloping a little bit and not quite so backwards the ride to the jump. Ride to the jump with your leg, not with your hands. Okay, just keep going. Low hands and come forward out of the turn. That's better. There you go. Reins are getting long. go up 3 holes. With that one, 2 with the skinny, 3 with the red vertical, 3 with the blue oxer. Yeah. Yes. It's good. It's good. Okay. Let's come. Red off. Okay. Let's see. Yellow oxer. Well, let's come left lead. Let's do 4 for the yellow, red to yellow. Down the line. Red up to the blue up there. No, you're coming after that blue oxer, you're going to make a left turn, a little past center line, jump this up to that blue oxer up there. And then a right turn, yellow, 3 back to this. So 4, the line, and then left turn, red up to the blue, and then the yellow, 3 back to the red. And from this, I want a gallop up to the blue. You rode fine. Keep going. Thank you. Let's keep going. And gallop, gallop, gallop. Good. Now collect a little and then flow forward again. Okay. Pretty good. I'd like to see it all once again just a little bit smoother. So here's a good example of where I will make up time in a jump off. Is like a gallop from there to here. Nothing in your way. Go. It's not like you're having to ride X amount of strides. So that's a great place. Not anywhere else you can really do much of anything with that. Maybe after the blue, you think there's a turn in front of the cross rail? I don't think so with that much gallop. Unless off of that gallop, you aim a little bit left of center line. If you jump the blue stripe left here, it might give you enough time, enough room to turn in front of the cross rail. I think for you, let's try it. Maybe not for anybody else. And the first rail was not you. It just, your horse hadn't sighted up to what it was going to jump, huh? Sharpened it right up. It said, oh, I better pick up my feet. And go. And look. Good girl. Go, go, go. Yeah, now settle. Okay, good. I think the only thing I didn't love there was your last line. Because I don't think you really landed and measured and thought about where you were. You only thought land and let's go. You didn't land and really say, okay, I'm there fine. I don't really need to keep riding very hard. Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's do oxer, oxer inside the last line again. And let me see you actually be reading that last line and know that you're there fine. You rode like you didn't know. And you ride too well for that. So much better. So much more connected with your horse on the last line, huh? The way you rode the last line the time before, again, it was lucky, not skillful. This time was skillful, the whole ride. Maybe a little slow on your approach to the red one. You've been doing 8 strides every time up here, right? Yeah. And this time you really had to continue in the 8 because you started a bit too slow, huh? So that would be my only thing I'd say. But you look so much more connected on the last line this time. Where the time before, when we get in a hurry for our last lines and a jump off, if we just say 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4, you're not really measuring where you are, and that's where you're going to have an unlucky rail, or what somebody that didn't know better would say was an unlucky rail, right? Okay. You can do it. Use your eyes. That's it. Okay. It learned something. It didn't pick its feet up high enough. Stop it. Stop. You rode great. Stop. Thank you. The horses have just been jumping low all morning and they're not sighting up to this. Start with the yellow oxer going down, stop, then circle, and start again. Just jump the yellow oxer by itself, just so we get a little confidence there. So, okay, I don't think that'll have scared it, but just to make sure, give it another easier jump. Oh, now that was not the best ride, huh? It was brave. Make a circle and go ahead on your course. Good girl. Good girl. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, that was fine. Outside rein now. Think to turn in a little early. You're going past center line. Leg on. Go forward. Go forward. You got to get going here. Leg on right here. Right here. Get going. Get going. Get going. Get going. Keep going. Okay. That's all right. You're doing fine. This is really difficult. It's a much bigger track for it. Take your time. Take a breath. Take a breath. Whoa. Come on. Take your time. It's jumping so well that it's a little difficult for you to recover off of, huh? Okay. Canter. There you go. Okay. All right, take your time. Let me put this down for you because if I don't think I could do something, I won't ask you to do it. And it's jumping so hard and so well over this jump that it's impossible for you to get. You really tried hard to get back in your tack there, and it was just not going to be a possibility. Pardon me? The last try was not so bad. And you sat up really well on the landing side there to try to get him straight to the skinny. But because it's a skinny, it makes it that much harder. Yeah. Okay, let's leave that for now and see if she can. Thank you. Okay, continue. Look in. Come on, you got to keep going. Got to keep going. Keep going. So you're so slow then through the turn. Don't get after it. It really doesn't know what it's supposed to be doing. It's not its fault. There, you were so slow that it couldn't get the strides done here. I mean, it could if it were lower, but it's too green. Okay, go again. Keep galloping there. Line rides a little forward this direction. Now low. Good girl. Good girl. Keep going. Big circle. That's the way to use your eye. Okay, and walk, walk. What angle should we have had on that red one?
A better right to left.
Correct. Okay, start again with the red one. Good girl. Keep going. Okay, atta girl. Now we're supposed to be a right lead. Am I lost? Huh? That's the end. Okay. I got lost. I got lost trying to help her there. Okay, pretty darn good. Give him a big pat. Yeah, well let's do the red to this to the last line again, huh? It's really not as bad as you think. Well, it's a big track for this horse in a little ring. Girl. Yeah, it's flying now. Really, really good. Give it big pats. That was so good. You got a jumper now, girl. Good for you. Super. And it looked really confident, huh? Okay. Susan. Good for you for not giving up. That was great. Good job. Yeah, well, I know. This is a big track. That was great. Okay, oh, bad boy. Yep, get after him a little for that. Okay, take your time, jump the blue one by itself, and then stop, and we're going to talk about something. Maybe the gate being open down there might have just distracted it a bit. I don't know. That looked a little out of character. Okay, and walk a minute. So I wasn't loving it as much as I had loved you up until that point, because from the very first line, you allowed it to start here. A little out of shape, nose up, back hollow, so you never were able to set up the four-stride well. Did you feel how you really had to? Yeah, okay, so let's start again. Start him in a little rounder, more collected frame so that the four sets up nicer, huh? Then I don't think that was your fault there. I think the gate opened or something, and it's just was a good enough excuse for it to be naughty. Stephanie, do you have one on the next group? Why don't you go? That's better. Good. good for you. So how many strides did you get from the oxer down there to the oxer here? 7. Yeah, it was really a good choice. It was a nice ride. Let's see you make the 8 happen and see if you can get the inside turn in front of the crossrail. But you're only going to be able, by adding 1 stride here, might save 8 strides there, huh? So give it a try. And I didn't tell you, I didn't expect you to do it the first time, okay? And I like the fact that you didn't stick to a number too much and make the 8 happen the first time when the 7 was calling to you. So that was a really good choice on your part. Yes, yes. Right, absolutely. If it was the end of the course in the last line, you could probably even do 1 less than that. If you landed and went right away, yeah. Okay, so there you lifted your hands and kind of nipped at him just a little bit too much right in front of the jump, huh? You've got to set it up a little bit earlier. Start again with the red oxer. Good girl. Super. Heads up, guys. Heads up, yeah. All right. Oh, well, he was up in the air there. Good thing you had a seatbelt on. Beautiful. Okay, really good ride, and I'm kind of glad, just so I can advise you, and not that probably I would have to, that this stop happened here. So when you think about adding on him, just remember you've got to get it done early enough, huh? And know that he has a huge stride, and you don't want to be in his face that much right in front of the jump, huh? Great ride. Really great recovery on the landing to get that turn made. Good job. Well, we look like we're on a loose rein. Good, not your fault. Just keep going. Easy, smooth that out. Way too rough. And then a little too fast for the 3 stride. Thanks. So you do the whole thing again and just see if you can smooth it out a bit for me, huh? Not bad. A little too fast here, a little too rough there. Just see if you can put it all together. Not much better than yesterday, for sure. Hands down. Okay, and walk. Thanks. How did the line over here feel? Yeah, and then because of that, you had the leg too much. You were long, slow, gappy to the skinny. And so then he was still kind of trying to get to the vertical out, huh?
Right.
Start again. Thank you. Good. Now just pick your pace up a little once you get your lead. There. Now just keep going. Just flow out of the turn. Keep going out of the turn. Leg on. Atta girl. Now sit up. Now sit up. Sit up. That's it. Sit up and slow down. Good. Let go and gallop. Gallop. Good. That's fast enough. Hands down, right? Good. Just smooth. Keep it smooth. Good girl. Last two jumps were beautiful. Now he's starting to jump for you, huh? Really, really good. Nice job. Huh? Yeah, well, consistency in your ride like that, and they will, I think. Very good. Okay, I think good for everybody today. Everybody happy? Anybody want to redo anything? All right. Good job, guys. All right, you're welcome. Very good. I think for the last group, we just leave everything as is. Yeah. I think so. On the other one. Yeah, let's try that. You're welcome. You were so good. That was great. Nice job. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. My pleasure. Thanks. You guys are diehards. You're diehards. No, we're going to start here. Thanks. How you doing? Good, thanks. Well, hopefully I'll be back. Thanks. Good to see you. No, I'm just going to go get a little water or something. Thanks. Testing, there you go. Try to keep your leg behind you a little bit more, Emma. Emma. That's better. Okay, right there, lead. Just again, really keep track of how fast you're going, where you're going, and make sure that you're the one that's asking for the speed and the shape and the turns and all of that. That he's not just kind of riding you, huh? There you go. It's called discipline. You need to discipline your horse. What have we got on his nose today?
The hack of it. Is that really a little liner in it? Sorry. I thought I'd try something.
Sure.
See.
Good. Have you had on it before?
Yeah.
Well, 2 diagonals lead. Again, that was really fast starting into the turn there, huh? I would maybe have done, Lee, I would maybe have done a full halt up here, because he was again just dragging you as you started to make your half circle there. I would maybe have done a full halt up here, because when you went to turn around this blue oxer, he was going way too fast. And he wasn't listening to you. So I would stop him and say, hey, wait a minute, buddy. Let's...
I called it in for spooking and then I didn't bring it back.
Okay, yeah, got to be both, huh? We're just doing a little independent flat work here. Watch maybe these new bridles and... Are you trying to get him to stretch? Okay. Try to slow Stephanie the rhythm down. A little fast there. There you go. That's better. Good. When the nose goes up, I would go to sitting trot, slow the rhythm down again, put him back into the bridle. There you go. Good. If you can touch your saddle with your hands, your reins are too long. Remember, Lee, to work on giving and taking, not pulling. And I'm not saying you are yet, but just reminding you of things to work on from yesterday, huh? Go a little 2-point down the long side, full seat, and collect on the short end. Absolutely. Good. I'm glad you took your time there. You looked at me like you were ready to go do something else, and then you thought better of it. I think that was the right thought. He really wasn't very organized there. Now he's looking more put together. Good. This looks much better today. When he flips his head, remember, bend him a little right or bend him a little left. Give him somewhere else to go with his head and neck instead of flipping the nose up and down. You see a little bit of a right bend there. Bend him to where you can see, Lee, the corner of his right eye. That's it. Good. So if he starts to flip his nose up and down, put him in a right bend or a left bend.
So what I was asking for was to come to a trot. So I kind of sat, and so even then, should I still ask one or the
If
other?
you're getting this, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Get him somewhere else to put his nose besides doing this.
He's got much better of it, but because it's obvious.
Yeah. He looks good today. Good. Let's see you try that transition again. This looks like a whole different horse today. Where'd this one come from? That looks good, Stephanie. You're able to keep a lot more shape with the hackamore, huh? I like it. Oh, that was nice. Very nice. You know, there you didn't really have to bend because he kept his nose kind of in the same place and he kept a nice frame for you, huh?
Yeah.
So that's only what you go to when you're not getting what you want. Good. Back it on, back it on. Haven't decided quite where I'm at at the moment. In this jacket, I haven't decided. I think it has to go to the cleaners. It's almost, I think it's waterproof. What do you do with waterproof stuff? Dry clean waterproof stuff, can you? Yeah.
Jack, I drink water.
Oh, absolutely. Green if you like.
Thank you.
You want us to go get you another one?
I've got another one right
Yeah,
here.
you got some work. You got your work cut out for you today. But
I know,
this is
there's
where
a-
your jumps are starting. Although with him, he don't care.
You don't care, as long as I don't care.
Exactly. Yeah, and Janet's got a whole bunch.
of water's in my truck too in a cooler.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let your horse walk. That looks really good. Stephanie, how are you feeling? Looks good. Looks really good.
Let's go check this.
Yeah, it is to do, huh?
All we can see really is there. That's better.
Okay, let's start right lead over the cross rail. Anna can start us off here. She's ready to go, this girl. If your horse is nice on the landing, just continue through the turn. If your horse is strong on the landing, try to stop straight. Good. Make sure on the landing though, like there was fine. I'm being really picky with you. I would love to see you on the landing, recover, sit down, and get her together. Don't just kind of land and go with your hands and assume that that's going to get it done, because without your seat and hands working together, you're not going to get her really sitting down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Follow Stephanie over it again. Good. And same way with you, sitting in and recovering. Good. No, you can hold up. Good. Sinking in and there. Feel the difference. I mean, it's so slight, but it's so major. Yeah. Kaylee. Sitting in. Good girl. And you didn't get a horse kicking out at your leg. How about that? Wow. I just stay even with this. It's a little tiny cross rail. Low hands. Keep a feel. Keep a feel. Beautiful. Sit down. Getting back. Nice. Okay, let's get the same jump off the left lead. Good. Sit down. Get her back. Fast to grow. Good. Canter around. Come again. Not quite sure what that was. Was he spooking? Don't know. Yeah, that's better. But your shape through the turn and your center line was so much better that time, huh? Yeah, very good. Relax, relax. Okay, good job, Lee. Sit down, get him back. Yeah. The lead change came quite late there because you didn't sit down and get him back quite soon enough, huh? Watch in front of the jump that if he goes to flip his head, you don't just kind of loosen your elbow and follow that. Just restrict it a little bit more. Come again. Get him back. There you go. Good. Feel the difference. Come again. And because you're getting him back right away on the landing, he's giving you a nice lead change. Keep going. Come again. Now just keep him right here.
I'll give it 20 minutes.
Good. That's it. Nice. And walk. Very good. Okay, let's come around left lead to this. Continue down the rail to the blue oxer furthest away from me. Turn right, come up over the skinny. Turn left, go down over the red, wider vertical of the in and out. Turn right in front of the oxer at the end of the ring and finish up over the oxer here. walk a minute. So how did this feel here? Yeah, because again, you didn't sit right here, and then it gets yeah. So start with the skinny. Sit down, get her back. There. There, she's not scampering through the turn. Sit down, get her back. Oh, shock horse. Those Western guys would be out here measuring the mark. Okay, next rider. So a little too aggressive and forward to the red vertical with the consideration of the turn on the landing, huh? Okay, you smack him hard. Turn him to the right, right, right. Yeah. Because the angle was right-left, so it's like an open door on the left side for him to slip by, so I would always turn the opposite way, huh? Just come around and don't ride him any differently. Don't override, just give him the same ride. It's like a dripping faucet on a rock. Pretty soon you make a little indentation. Don't like to override. That's why I hate two refusals nowadays. Because it forces you to override your second time to a jump. Good girl, keep going. Go back to the blue oxer. Now the skinny. A little more leg out of the turn. Leg, 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 leg. Good. Just look to me like you're not putting him in front of your leg far enough away from the jump, huh? Good. Finish nicely. But that's why I think you felt that little stall. Could you feel a little stall off the ground? It wasn't that the distance was so bad or the ride was so bad, but he was just a hair behind your leg. A little slow. Pick up your pace a bit. Come forward out of the turn. Legs there, legs there, legs there. Better. Left leg there. Send him out of the turn. Yeah, good girl. Much better today. Keep those hands down low. get after him. Just not very good steering on your part, Lee. Too much right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. So your horse is going like this with its nose. Nose should be straight and pointed right to the middle of the jump. Absolutely not his fault.
Okay.
Start with the skinny.
So it's skinny.
Like threading a needle. Steer right to the middle, hands together. And there you were too rough with your hand, one stride in front of the jump. Your hands look a bit rougher today. Do they feel rougher today?
I felt like no, but obviously they are.
It's all right. Come again. You'll fix it. Now, don't let your hands be any stronger than this right in front of the jump. Steady hands. Steady hands. Okay, now there he was a little bit naughty. There, okay, it's happened 2 or 3 times. You can't give them, not such a good ride 2 times and expect the 3rd time when you do ride well that it's going to be perfect. Okay, and walk. What did you feel yourself do the very last stride in front of that jump to get over that jump?
Felt like I pushed the teeth in this leg.
And
I tried to leap it over.
with which hand?
Left hand, probably.
Yeah, because you've been too strong with your right hand, and it's a skinny jump, and you haven't had enough left rein, so you've been on too much of a slice up until that time. And this is the first time you felt yourself really have to go to the left rein to say, and now be straight, horse. That was a great reflex on your part that you hadn't used up until this time. So I want you to be aware that that was a really good thing that you did, and that's one reason you hadn't been getting over the jump prior to. Start with the skinny again. Yeah, good job. Continue. All right. Okay. So, when I talk to you about your flat work, and I tell you how important it is to make sure that you're in charge of how fast or how slow you're going. As you were doing this exercise, your horse kept changing speeds, not necessarily because you asked it to. It was just like changing, maybe you were, but there was not a consistent flow in the rate of speed from jump to jump to jump. It was fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. Everything was like hitting the brake and then hitting the clutch, It's like, so your whole goal here, and you're going to do it all again, is to just see how smooth you can keep it. You should not have to make a huge adjustment with your hands or your leg 3 strides in front of the jump. You should already have that set up, and your line to the jump should already be established at least 4 strides away from the jump, so that you're not the last minute trying to steer and pull the left rein or the right rein harder. From the time you leave the rail, your horse's nose should be pointed at the next jump. Go again. Beautiful. Every jump, just like that. down, slow down, he's going faster. Sit down, slow down, he's getting faster. Good, keep him slow. All right. Sit down, sit up. Attaboy. Good job.
So I felt I did kind of override, especially that last one, because I was trying to make, not that I intended to, but I was like, I'm not moving my hands, so I better move my legs.
Okay, but
That created the lag kind of rush.
the last two jumps were a little rushed because you didn't get him back enough after the previous jump. Like your first jump was really good, your second jump was really good, and then he started speeding up from the minute he landed off the skinny. Yeah, and that's what you've got to fix. You can't let him do that. He's got to come back there so that then you can keep him more even to the next jump. So you've re-geared him back down to where he was. Huh? I thought really good job. Yeah. So, and I'm really glad this happened today because hopefully you really learned something from it and you can realize how it wasn't his fault and how to fix it so it doesn't happen again. You know, that's more important than anything else is if we make a mistake, how do we fix it? We all make mistakes. Well, yeah, and getting him, you can't be doing this right in front of the jump. Then what's going to happen is his nose is going to go right, left, right, left, right, left. He's going to be so dizzy by the time he gets to the jump. He's, I don't see it. It's got to have a straight nose, his eyes directed straight from the time you come off the rail. The further back you can show your horse where he's going, the more apt he is to go from side A to side B.
I was very pleased with the second jump.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And I very much liked the vertical.
Yeah.
I feel like landed, turned,
It was a little fast to the vertical.
It was.
Yeah, yeah. That was the beginning of the end. Okay, it started there. The first two jumps were like perfect. Then he got fast after the skinny.
Because I probably pushed too hard to the skinny too, because I didn't want to stop me, but I didn't want to.
No, but he does that. He runs off away from the jumps with you sometimes. Huh? So there he ran off away from the jump with you.
That'd be correct.
Correct. Go do it all again. Idea is smooth, even, and the same, and not letting him go faster or slower unless you've asked him to do it. Range short, hands down, and smooth. Good. Every jump, just like that. Slow. Keep thinking slow. Beautiful. All right, at least he jumped, didn't he? Keep going. Slow. Good. Slow. Good. There you go. Beautiful. So every single jump there, with the exception of the skinny, was super. The skinny, at least he jumped for you because he knew that he was supposed to jump it. Okay, you needed to close your leg and help him leave one stride sooner. It was kind of a miscommunication between you and him as to where the takeoff was going to be. Yeah? Yeah, exactly. He was a little confused there. He said, "Oh, my daddy's going to pull one more time." Oh, but he didn't pull, so I guess I should go. Yeah. So, but the steering, the consistency, the smoothness, it's so nice. Did not feel better. Okay, so that's your goal. Huh? When you leave here, that's your goal. When nobody's there to help you, just keep I'm on your shoulder.
Are you guys
Okay?
videoing?
I'm a little bird on your
I
shoulder.
think it's on.
Okay.
Should be on.
Okay. Let's go left lead. Let's see. How did we do this before? Our first course. Anybody remember the yellow to the line? I think it was the yellow going the other way, to the line coming up, to the three stride going down with a left turn to the red, and then yeah, okay. We got it? Okay. Yes. See, I don't even remember it. That's bad. Yeah, nice balance, rebalance in front of the leg, checking the brake. Oh, kick her ass, kick her, forward, forward, start again. And now walk. Why did this happen? I think there's shadows there. I think she spooked. I think she jumped way too high up in the air. And then why would you go to your hands? Even if it was that you didn't have enough leg, why would you go to your hands and slow her down instead of kick her ass forward and say, hey, come in front of my leg. Maybe I didn't put enough leg on you, but it's not a very big jump. Okay, she should be able to just go canter and do that jump. So then kick her ass forward if she ever does that again. All right, very good. And I'm glad that happened, so that at least you think the right correction, huh? It doesn't matter whether it was you or whether it was her. The correction is never pull her up in a case of that kind. All right, good girl. Where is going to be the hardest part for you on this course? Yeah.
Short spin, and the left turn to the seam.
And where else? Remember, think back to yesterday. What happened yesterday?
Going back on, getting the 3.
Yeah, getting the 3 the first time. Yeah, okay, you gotta remember what happened yesterday so you don't repeat the same mistakes, huh? Okay.
Oh man, it's making me sneeze all of a sudden.
Very good. You dug in a row, girl. Good job. Come on, get it, get it, get it. Good, start again. Probably should have made a circle before your first jump. Make sure your horse was in front of your leg enough, because obviously it wasn't, huh? Upper body, getting back, upper body, yep, good girl. Now relax, keep going. Notice the track they're taking off of the rail here. You brought a different horse today. Great. Okay. Pretty good leaf. So I kind of called the one place, huh?
Yeah, you did.
The other thing, almost, okay, first jump was really good. And then you really thought to come forward out of the turn to the blue, which was a really good thought on your part. But then you landed and you almost pulled back when you landed off the blue. So then you had to really continue to get the 3. If you just kind of kept your arm relaxed and allowed, not pulled, you wouldn't have had to ride so hard to get the 3 done. 1 was good, the 2 was great. Again, it's on the landing step of the yellow. As you can feel your horse's front feet touching the ground, you've got to put your leg on him right then and there and tell him, go. No, you didn't get 3, you got 4. Well, you know what? It was good.
But I didn't have, and I really felt like I was pushing, but then feel like I hung in the air a little bit.
That's exactly what
Still
happened.
gonna make it. Step 1, 2, 3. I thought I made it.
Because you did hang up in the air and he landed really dead.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying it has to be,
Forward.
yeah. Your bit's twisted, I guess. It's back. Thank you so much, though. So let's see you do this line and that line again.
The line is yellow to red to 3.
Correct.
Bam. The two hard things.
Beautiful. That was so well done, Lee. Fantastic. Thumbs up for you. Good, good, good job. Feel how smooth it all was? Perfect. So, you know, the only real reason for counting strides and knowing how many you did, it's like driving a car down the road, you look in the rearview mirror, and you see a black and white behind you. What's the first thing you're going to do? Look down at the speedometer. Well, hit the brake or look down at the speedometer, huh? Look down at the speedometer. So by counting the strides, it's the closest thing to being able to look at a speedometer that we can have to knowing how fast or how slow we're going. So if you're in a jump off and that's your last line, for sure the 3 is going to be faster than a 4.
Yeah, but how do I keep it from being flat? That's always fine.
By doing just what you did and building way back.
Okay.
So that you can still hold for the 3 and not have to go for the 3.
Got it.
Did you feel like the 3 was easy for you to do that time?
I felt it was easy. I felt like you had a big effort.
You jumped great.
Okay.
Yeah, it was super. But had you had to go for the 3, that's when you're going to have a fail. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I understand now.
Good. Good question. Okay, what was our second course? Yeah, I think it was off the right lead, starting red to yellow in the 4, to the line,
To the diagonal.
and then the red back up here to the blue, and then inside the cross rail, back to the yellow to the red in 4. No, we're added going that direction.
3.
Really?
You're added coming this way.
Finish with 3, okay.
4, 3.
Towards us. So you're right left over that red oxer, on a gallop up here to the blue. Okay, and inside the cross rail to get over back over to the yellow, and then 3 strides back to the red. You want to watch somebody else go first? You got it. Okay, good girl. Let's see your last line, your last two lines again, huh?
Yep.
How many strides did you get from the oxer to the oxer? You know?
8.
Okay, try 9.
So I should get 9, yeah.
Or did she get 7?
No, she was
Okay. Okay, and walk. And let's even do that again. Now this time I want you to hang out a little bit more to the left so that you're jumping more the blue stripe on the left side of the jump. So you're going to come out to here where you're almost then going to be forming a hair left-right to get you in front of that jump, huh? There you go. That was a better turn. Yeah, good girl. Could maybe have gone even more past center line to your first oxer. A little more right-left there, so you were really landing on a direct line back up to this one.
Okay.
Okay, you were having to get the line in the air over the top of the oxer rather than creating the line on the approach, right?
Yeah.
Looks like one of those bit hackamore things. I think it's the same one that Berkeley is using. Oh, okay.
Super. See, she moved up by coming past center line like that. It got her better on the track to still be able to do the 8 and the inside, huh? Really well done. Well, I was just saying, she did the 8 beautifully and got the inside because she came and went past center line and ended up jumping across that, staying on the inside track. So she was waiting for the 8, right? She wasn't having to move up for the 8. Where when Anna did it, Anna was continuing for the 8, which then made the turn really good, right? How if you meet it on the go and move up early so that you're waiting at the end, you can still get the inside turn. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Really well done. Okay, and walk. We have some broken equipment for one thing. But why would you for a second thought long, to go long to the first jump there? Well, but why would you even think a long distance when you're jumping into a tight distance? The thought process was not very good. What do I do it here? I guess. There we go. You're good. Okay, start again. Keep him on a short step out of the turn like this. There you go, good. Well, why would you want to be adding out of the turn when this flows a little forward? Right? You've got to think as you ride out of the turn, how does the line ride that I'm jumping into? You made the same mistake in the last proof on your other horse, right? And you kept getting long, slow, and gappy to the skinny, right? Start with the line. Your first line was beautiful. Now come forward. Come forward. Look. Reins are really long. All right, he's certainly being a good character today, huh? Reins got too long again, though. I don't know if you were maybe in the way a little bit for the yellow. Huh? Why don't you step up just a little bit so it is inside the track. Good. Overall, pretty good. Do you feel much better? You don't look happy. Yeah. I think he's good, huh?
You get 3 strides in the turn. Forward or there.
Oh my. Okay, Lee, let's have a talk about that. Let's have a talk about that. Let's talk about it. Okay, first line. First line, really good. Okay, what was I saying about this line over here, really? No, so there you go. Yeah, if you didn't come forward out of the turns, then you ended up here really dead, deep, weak. So you have a chip and half stride inside the line. And then you turned, you came forward really well. How many strides did you get from the red to the blue? 6. Yeah. yeah, you did. You went 2 strides, 1 stride, 2 strides out from what everybody does. Yeah, that was too much, so that's why you couldn't get the turn. Okay, so because of what you did here, if that had been the last line in the jump off, would have been, yeah, good job. But not with the consideration of the turn on the landing side. And then it got like all discombobulated. Never found a correct track to the last line, so we tipped and added again on the last line. Well, good not to kill yourself here. That's longer, but you want to try to figure it out here.
is just on the other side of the
Now just get going. Keep going. Good. Leg on. Leg on. Good job. Good. Now easy. Easy. Look right.
Oh,
That's all right. Okay. Overall, so much better. So much better. We missed a turn, but aside from that, okay, so much better, so much smoother, so much more organized. It's slow for the first line. Come forward out of the turn for the next line. Organize and keep track of the strides across the diagonal here. That was so good.
yeah, I just quit thinking.
That's okay. I do the same thing myself once in a while. Okay, let's go up 2 holes all the way up this line, and I'm going to go 2 on the yellow here. That can stay. We're almost done.
Want some water? Yeah.
Exactly what you asked. And what happened to the ring?
I don't know. I didn't maybe it was hooked down underneath the bit or something.
Look who's here. Finally, you made it. Missed you yesterday.
Okay, then I'm gonna run for that.
We got the new coughing dog. Me on a PA for a change. Okay. We're going to finish here. Right lead, yellow. Right lead up the far side. Oh, I think Alex got the win for purple again. The longer vertical needs to go up on the rail side. The sandbag. Yeah, up one on that side, yeah. Thank you. There we go. That was better. Okay, Anna. Yeah, and walk. Good choice there, Anna. You know, she kind of falls asleep. When you've been standing around a little and you start, she falls asleep. I'm going to make this oxer even a little wider for her. She's going to have to be ready for this at the Oaks, huh? Okay, good. Start again. Good correction there.